Unlocking the potential of mineral resources necessitates a delicate dance between exploration findings, investments, improvement of operational efficiency, and implementation of social and environmental strategies, ensuring a harmonious balance between economic development and sustainability. Please welcome esteemed speakers who are leading mining champions and junior mining companies exploring mineral resources in Armenia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Mongolia, and Uzbekistan. Our speakers are not just leaders, they are navigators of discovery, steering the industry towards sustainable growth, environmental stewardship, and socio-economic advancement.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We'll just start session 3 now, which is centered around resource development. We've got a packed but excellent set of speakers lined up. We've got 7 speakers between now and lunch, so without further ado, we'll progress straight into the talks. So I'd like to introduce, first of all, Almaz Baryktabasov from Kumtor Gold Company, presenting a general overview of the company's activities. If you'd like to welcome to the stage. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Good day, dear participants of the 11th MINEX Eurasia conference. My name is Almaz Baryktabasov, and first of all, let's see the video about Kumtor mine.
Dear friends, in this video, we will tell you about the history of Kumtor Gold Company CGSC, the largest gold mining company in the Kyrgyz Republic. The Kumtor deposit, located in the Isikul region, was discovered in 1978. Development of this deposit began in 1993. The first commercial-scale gold was produced in 1997. Today, Kumtor Gold Company (CGSC) is the flagship of the domestic economy and the country's largest industrial enterprise. The company's share in the country's GDP is 8%, and in industrial-scale production, about 19%. Last year, the company sold 17,284 kilograms of gold.
Total tons mined comprises around 200 million tons. Our mill can process approximately 6.5 million tons of ore with average grade of 2.4 grams per ton. By the end of this year, we will complete the installation of 2 tower mills for ultrafine grinding and 2 additional leaching tanks. This will allow us to additionally extract 7,000 to 12,000 ounces per year.
In the first 9 months of 2023, the company sold 9,051 kilograms of gold. The product sale amounted to $558.2 million. The company's net profit for the reporting period amounted to $173.2 million. In total, over 441 tons of precious metal were produced during the mine's operation. The Kumtor mine is a unique deposit with complex mining, geological, and climatic conditions. Various technologies and tools are used to ensure safety at the mine site, including 4 latest generation units of IDS, IBIS, ARC-SAR systems to monitor the pit walls, waste dumps, and glaciers. Surveillance of wall pits, waste dumps and glaciers is an important element of the monitoring system that ensures continuous monitoring of the condition of mine workings and rockfall hazard zones. This makes it possible to identify and prevent possible hazardous situations in a timely manner and confidently manage risks. The success of any company is possible without specialists who care for the common cause with heart and soul. A close-knit and highly professional team helps maintain a high and continuous production rate at one of the world's highest altitude mines. The company pays great attention to the safety of its employees, as human life is priceless. Therefore, each and every employee strictly complies with the occupational safety rules.
Kumtor mine puts a lot of effort to ensure safety. This is our top priority. The mine department is divided into 2 shifts, day and night. Our department is the largest one in the company with 190 people working per each shift. Our fleet consists of 14 shoals and 170 haul trucks. Pit operates non-stop in any weather, be it snow, rain or scorching heat. It's very important that the mine hall has all necessary facilities for the work and the rest of our employees. The maintenance department is divided into key areas: heavy-duty equipment maintenance and light vehicle maintenance. Our employees are high-class specialists with a huge practical experience dealing with the most complex equipment, drilling rigs, shovels, haul trucks and graders. In case of necessity, they can quickly fix any failure and perform major repairs on any equipment.
Kumtor Gold Company, KGSC, recognizes the importance of generational continuity and the need for personal training, and every year invites graduates of higher educational institutions to complete a paid internship. Over the years, the company has become a real forge of personnel for young specialists. We care about our employees and make the necessary efforts to ensure their professional growth and development, opening the way to career advancement. Kumtor Gold Company, KGSC, attaches great importance to assisting socially vulnerable categories of citizens and developing local communities to implement projects aimed at improving local life and infrastructure. Today, Kumtor Gold Company, KGSC, faces big ambitious plans. Next year, the company intends to commence development of the Togay gold deposit and geological exploration of the promising Chaarat area located in the Issyk region. All this is being done to expand production volumes and increase the company's capitalization. We are proud of our achievements and strive for further development. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you again, and let's go through the with the short slide which was well made. So,
okay, let's switch over to
So Kumtor mine is located at Issyk region of the country and one of the largest gold mine in Central Asia. It is world-class open pit mine with over 30 years uninterrupted production, and it has all necessary infrastructures. I have a video for infrastructures, but you already tell it on previous video, so I will just keep up, okay? So health and safety is our main priority. We constantly conduct training to improve our safety culture. We are focused on prevention of injuries and incidents by using the different measures. As for environment, we implement of environmental culture enhancement program, implement of the recommendation of the 2023 conceptual closure plan, and we increase ecological research. So here's slide. Here we can see our mine and mill production, actual data for 2021 and for 2022 and budgeted data for 2023. We planned mine to 180 million tons with gold content of 750,000 ounces this year. We plan to mill 6.4 million ore and pour 450,000 ounces this year. So let's see our mine equipment is 124 Caterpillar trucks. In total, 14 Hitachi and Liber shovels. Plus we have several auxiliary equipments like dozers, graders, and they are all Caterpillar. So all equipment is maintained properly to ensure good availability. So next slide. This slide shows historical production highlights from 1997 to 2022. And Kumtor mined on this period 156 million tons ore and poured 14.5 million tons of ounce gold. This is good result. So let's go to next slide. In addition, gold production from open pit, we plan to produce gold from underground and tailing reprocessing projects. You can see data here. So in accordance with JOR Code 2012, the total proved and probable resource are 7.99 million ounces for open pit and underground. In total of 540 million ounces is measured and indicated mineral resources, and 6.63 million ounces is inferred. So Kumtor Gold Company maintains a constant focus on improving its operations, corporate governance, transparency, and accessibility for investors, both foreign and domestic. So President of Kyrgyz Republic and Chairman of the Cabinet of Ministers of the Kyrgyz Republic have consistently emphasized the importance of operational transparency and accessibility for investors, as investors play a pivotal role in driving the growth and success of business and economics. So Kyrgyz Republic and Kumtor Gold Company, we always open for investors. Here we can see our key financial indicators, actual data for 2021, 22, and budgeted data for 23. So we plan this year to sell 450,000 ounces. Our net earnings will be $196 million US, and comprehensive cost of sales will be $1.196 US per ounce. And net cash flow for end of the year 2023, we're expecting of $59 million. Kumtor Gold Company has kept up with its past internal audit arrangements, which was implemented to comply with the SOX. Okay, about taxes. So company pays taxes from its gross revenue and other mandatory payments under the Kyrgyz Republic legislation. As per the restated investment agreement, the company pays gross revenue tax as 13%, its annual amount 4%, and contributes 1% from its gross revenue to the Istikul region where the Kumtor mine located. Next few slides will be our geological exploration. Exploration drilling in 2022, where it was 51,000 meters, and we planned 51,000 meters for 2023. So our outlooks for 2024 are to continue exploration to expand our open pit and underground ore reserves, to complete reserve estimate for oxide mineralization, and scope drill to expand sulfide resource. We plan to expand license area to south trend extension. underground project. In accordance with JOR Code 2012, the total proved and probable reserves are 3.70 million ounces for this time. The total of 1.19 million ounces of combined measured and indicated mineral resources, and 4.51 million ounces of inferred resources. One of our main future project is tailings reprocessing project. So, in accordance with the JOR Code 2012, the total measured and indicated mineral resources are 3.63 million ounces. According to preliminary assessment, total quantity of the dry tailing is approximately 180 million tons. So, total resources of tailing facility comprise 113 tons of gold. This slide we shortly saw on the video. So total property in August 2023, company was granted a mining license for use of subsoil in order to develop the Togay mine. So project for verifying exploration operation was developed with positive expert reviews received from relevant state authorities. Upon results is mentioned, work, laboratory and technological testing of ore will be undertaken. And last one is Tereksay property. Is located on the south and southeast of Kumtor mine. The area covers multiple promising gold manifestations which are considered underexploited. Company is planning to exclude glaciers and other accessible parts of the license to reduce the area and optimize the expenditure. Prospecting and exploration work will resume in 2024. So discovering commercial resources in the future will provide an additional source of raw materials for the mill. So thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Almaz. A great insight into the Kumtor project. And have we got anybody with a quick question? I thought the video was fantastic.
No, thank you.
Really demonstrated the project capacity and the potential well. A quick question? You'll be around over lunch and be able to answer any questions at that point.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Super. Thank you very much. Great.
Thank you.
Okay, our second talk up is from Ilyas Tulekeyev on the Bozymchak deposit, a successful example of investment opportunities in the Kyrgyz Republic. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim. Добрый день, уважаемые участники сегодняшнего мероприятия. Моя фамилия Tulekeyev Ilyas, я являюсь генеральным директором компании Bozymchak, которая осуществляет свою деятельность на территории Кыргызстана. Компания Bozymchak входит в группу компаний Kazminerals, которая ведет свою деятельность в Казахстане и в Кыргызстане. И наш проект Bozymchak это первый проект группы за пределами Казахстана. Тема моей презентации она обозначена как Bozymchak успешный пример инвестиционных возможностей Кыргызской Республики. На самом деле является наглядным примером того, что в Кыргызстане созданы благоприятные условия для инвестиций, для работы добросовестных инвесторов. У нас налажен конструктивный диалог между бизнесом и властью, и это подтверждает тот факт, сегодня присутствует, вы видели, очень большая делегация с Кыргызстана во главе с премьер-министром, большой состав со стороны руководства горнорудных компаний, и я думаю, сегодняшние презентации, которые будут в течение дня показаны, и, значит, более, наверное, раскроют понимание о рынке Кыргызстана. Но сам я вырос в Казахстане, но уже более 20 лет работаю в Кыргызстане. Также я являюсь сопредседателем Кыргызско-Казахстанского делового совета. И очень важно то, что у нас выстроен диалог, своего рода такой мостик взаимоотношений между двумя братскими странами и народами. Вот. Ну, я вашему вниманию хочу презентовать видеофильм нашей компании. Вот. Но, думаю, учитывая то, что очень мало времени, в рамках сессии, в перерывах я готов ответить на ваши вопросы. Спасибо.
Kazminerals Bozymchak is part of the Kazminerals Group. Kazminerals is one of the largest copper producers focused on the development of copper production and new mining productions in Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan. Bozymchak is the first investment project outside of Kazakhstan. Bozymchak stands as one of the most significant investment initiatives underway in Kyrgyzstan. It represents one of the initial ventures of such magnitude introduced during the years of the Kyrgyz Republic's independence, serving as a symbolic resurgence of the mining sector. The inception of this enterprise marked the establishment of Kyrgyzstan's copper industry for the first time in its history. The ceremonial launch of the Bozymchak mining and processing complex occurred on August 1, 2015. The company demonstrated to the global community that Kyrgyzstan is a viable destination for investments, emphasizing a secure environment for work and the establishment of contemporary production facilities. The mining and processing complex includes an open pit and a concentrator, a tailing storage facility, a transportation department, auxiliary engineering services, and a social infrastructure. The company has demonstrated strong performance across all areas of its operations, maintaining consistency throughout the period. Kazminerals Bozymchak received recognition as the best company in Kyrgyzstan for the 10th consecutive year in 2022, as acknowledged by various government and media outlets. Construction of the underground mine is progressing at a rapid pace, and the transition from open-pit mining to underground extraction method is underway. The launch of the underground mine and its continued operation holds strategic significance as it extends the lifespan of the enterprise for many years. Moreover, this not signifies an influx of direct investment, but also the attraction of international-level technologies and specialists, along with the training and education of workers from among the citizens of the Kyrgyz Republic. On the premises of the mining and processing complex, the company has constructed a modern camp that serves as a residence for the employees of Bozymchak complex. Everything here is designed with people in mind. The rooms are spacious, clean and equipped with all necessary amenities. They provide a cozy and warm atmosphere, along with the designated areas for relaxation, sports activities and the first aid center. Workers and guests of the complex are provided with a 3-course meal a day in a spacious canteen. Nutrition considers the high-altitude conditions. The company's management understands how important it is to create comfort and coziness for the employees. If people work in a positive atmosphere, any task, even the most difficult ones, can be solved. In 2023, the company launched an employee well-being project. It covers 5 main areas: financial, emotional, social, physical and professional well-being. Special attention is paid to the safety of employees and guests of the company. Safety is a top priority and is one of the 5 accepted corporate values. A high production culture has been created at the enterprise. The Bozymchak mining and processing complex coexists harmoniously with the breathtaking mountain landscape. Great attention is paid to environmental safety issues. On the complex premises, a dry tailing storage facility has been constructed, with moisture content in the tailings not exceeding 14%. This advanced technology helps minimize the impact on the environment. In addition, more than 30,000 green plants were planted on the territory of the complex as part of the landscaping and greening program. The final product of the production is a copper concentrate with a gold and silver as a byproduct. The company is also cited as the positive example of building relationships with the local population, which favorably affects the investment attractiveness of the republic. Since 2011, memorandums have been signed annually between the company and local authorities. As part of the memorandums, assistance is provided for the development of villages close to the deposit. Life in these villages is changing in the shortest time. Foreign investment is an effective way to achieve prosperity, especially for regions. The work of the major investor provides additional tax payments to the state budget and new jobs for the citizens of the country. Kazminerals Bozymchak is a successful example of a Kazakhstani investor working in the country. No less important is the fact that the enterprise sets an example to investors from other countries that the market of Kyrgyzstan has great potential and a favorable investment climate.
Спасибо за внимание.
Thank you, Ilyas. Maybe a quick question from myself. Could you give us a little insight into the... Oh, sorry. Here we go.
Sorry.
Could you give us a little insight into the underground expansion project?
На сегодняшний момент мы приступили к опытно-промышленной отработке подземного рудника. У нас в первом квартале 2024 года полностью заканчиваются работы на карьере, и мы полностью переходим на отработку подземным способом. Конечно, есть определенные сложности. Дело в том, что мы в процессе производства используем серпентитовые руды, которые в дальнейшем могут оказывать определенные сложности, потому что на сегодняшний момент, то, что касается серпентинита, в мире очень, не было таких больших, скажем, исследований положительных в части серпентинита. И вот благодаря нашей компании мы привлекли австралийскую компанию, на протяжении 5 лет проводили исследования по этой руде. И на сегодняшний день можно с уверенностью сказать, что руда серпентинита, которая находится на нашем предприятии, то есть мы все сможем переработать до конца отработки нашего рудника.
Super. Well, thank you very much. Any other quick questions from the audience? No? Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for Okay, moving on to the third talk, which is presented by Azamat Aliev, entitled Altynken, Pioneering Sustainable Mining and Partnership Excellence. Please welcome.
Thank you. Let me welcome all participants of this conference and express my gratitude to the organizers. It's a great honor for me to speak at such high-level event in the presence of great professionals of their field. Our company also expressed gratitude to our government and personnel at Bozymchak for their support. Before the presentation, I would like to provide some information about company. Altynken Company is a modern, environmentally friendly international joint venture engaged in the exploration and development of mineral resources. The shares of ZG Mining Corporation and Kyrgyz Altyn Company participants are 60% and 40% respectively. Taldybulag Levobережный gold deposit ranks third in the Kyrgyz Republic. In terms of gold reserve, with a gold reserve volume of 77 tons, and production life of 19 years. It's currently the second most cost-effective mining project in the Kyrgyz Republic, with cumulative production 24.73 tons of gold, gross volume production of $1.257 billion, and payment $3,074 million in taxes and fees. Altynken Company will continue to implement the spirit of the One Belt, One Road to build Kyrgyzstan's first modern, environmentally friendly, low-carbon joint mining venture of the highest quality. And with your permission, we have prepared some video about the Altynken company.
Altynken LLC is a modern, environmentally friendly international joint venture engaged in the exploration and development of mineral resources. The company was founded on 5th of April 2006, located in the town of Orlovka, Chui Valley, Kamin region of the Kyrgyz Republic. The shares of Chinese and Kyrgyz participants are 60% and 40% respectively. The company has a meeting of participants and a board of directors. Its structure has 12 departments and 956 employees, of which 898 are local and 58 foreign technical specialists. Zijin Mining Corporation of the People's Republic of China is a large multinational mining corporation engaged in the exploration and development of deposits of copper, gold, zinc, lithium and other metallic minerals, as well as in engineering design and technology application research around the world. The corporation's shares are listed on the Hong Kong and Shanghai exchanges, shares of categories H and A respectively. Copper reserves amount to 73.72 million tons, gold 3,113 tons, zinc 11.18 million tons, silver 14.612 tons, lithium more than 12.50 million tons. Zijin Corporation ranks 284 in the Forbes Global 2000 list of companies in 2023, ranked 373 on the Fortune 500 in the world and 38 on the Fortune 500 in China. Kyrgyzstan OJSC is the largest state-owned enterprise in the Kyrgyz Republic, specializing in the development and exploration of mineral resources, supporting the production and operation of existing mining enterprises and facilitating the development of new mineral resource deposit. Currently, together with its partners, it produces more than 97% of the total gold production in Kyrgyzstan. The value of gross output is about 10% of the Kyrgyz Republic GDP, 40% of industrial production and 60% of exports. The Kyrgyz Republic ranks third among the CIS countries in terms of gold production. Taldybulag Levoberezhny gold deposit ranks third in the Kyrgyz Republic in terms of gold reserves, with a gold reserve volume of 77 tons, a design capacity of 2,500 tons per day and a production life of 90 years. The project, which involved an investment in approximately $246 million, was completed and fully operational on 29 July 2015. It is currently the second most cost-effective mining project in the Kyrgyz Republic, with a cumulative production of 24.73 tons of gold by June 2023. Gross value production of 1.257 billion and payment of 374 million in taxes and fees. Mining at the mine is carried out underground. Extraction method, development system by raising horizontal layers with backfilling of mined-out space. A combined method of transporting ore via NTS, edit, ore pass, cage shaft using ore carriers is used. Technological process of gold recovery plant, enrichment, crushing, grinding, mixed flotation, regrinding, separation of copper and sulfur, cyanidation of sulfide concentrate, smelting, desorption, electrolysis of gold, saturated coal, removal of impurities, purification, smelting to door bar. The product is gold-copper concentrate, door bar. The company adheres to the overall development concept of mining development for the benefit of society, development principles that prioritize human life, the environment and the reduction of carbon emissions. In accordance with the relevant requirements of the Kyrgyz Republic, a management system for an environmentally friendly green mine with high standards has been created, where environmental safety is considered as an important factor in the existence and development of the enterprise. Independent environmental auditing companies are used to monitor and oversee the mine's triple emissions and pay close attention to environmental factors such as clean air, fresh water, soil, forest, energy and food on which humanity depends. A peak carbon and carbon neutrality action program is being planned. Work is underway to save and reduce energy consumption and reduce CO2 emissions. Achieve 100% wastewater reuse, which will reduce clean water consumption. An environmental restoration fund has been created and assistance is provided in managing environmental protection and restoration work in the mine area. To date, total investment in the environmental restoration fund amount to $470,000. Vegetation with an area 79.5 thousand square meters was restored. About 50,400 tree and flower seedlings were planted. At the same time, activities are being carried out to breed and release fish at the source for effective landscaping and environment of the mine. Creating value, developing together is the value system that the company adheres to. The company pays taxes in accordance with the laws, makes timely contribution to the Kimin Region Development Fund, and does its best to promote economic development and growth in the well-being of the local people. The company signed a memorandum of cooperation of hearing and training personnel with the state administration of the Kimin region. More than 500 specialists were trained, and the creation of more than 2,000 jobs in related industries was simulated. Among staff, local personnel is 93.6%, including the share of women's employment is 16.8%. The share of purchases of inventory items in the local market is 61% of the total volume, which in turn simulates the development of the local economy. As of the end of June 2023, the social contribution exceeded $462 million, including tax deductions, amounted $374 million. Contributions to the development fund and assistance to those in need amounted $3.9 million. The company constantly improves working and living conditions for its employees, increasing their well-being. Employees are promptly paid additional payments, provided with free accommodation, 3 meals a day, dairy products and fruit. A sports complex was built to provide employees with various areas for sport and fitness. Workshops are held regularly to enhance employee environment, physical fitness and team spirit. Altynken LLC will continue to implement the spirit of the One Belt, One Road initiative, adhere to the overall development concept of development of the mining industry for the benefit of society, follow the standards of safety and environmental protection and the concept of carbon neutrality, and fulfilling its social duty to build Kyrgyzstan first modern, environmentally friendly, low-carbon joint mining venture of the highest quality. The company will continue to contribute to the economic development of Kyrgyzstan and cultural and economic exchanges between China and Kyrgyzstan.
Thank you very much. Another great video and demonstrating the whole spectrum of the work that goes on at the mine. And obviously a lot of associated ESG components to that,
yeah.
And you're investing in that at present.
Excuse me.
Do we have any questions from the floor that I'd like to pass over? Okay, well, wonderful. Thank you very much. Great talk.
Thank you for your attention.
Okay, and next up we have David Mackenzie, CFO for Chaarat, opening a new mining district in Chatkal region, Kyrgyzstan. Thank you.
Hello. So Chaarat Gold Holdings is an AIM-listed gold mining company. Chaarat has been active in the Kyrgyz Republic for nearly 20 years. And we've invested over $175 million into developing 2 gold projects. The single license holds 2 projects, Tulekeyev and Kyrgyzstan, in which 190,000 metres of drilling has been completed. Tulekeyev is an oxide gold deposit which is suitable for open pit mining. It'll be processed through a simple heap bleach process. It has 647,000 ounces in JORC compliant ounces and further resources available. Kyrgyzstan is the much larger resource with 5.4 million ounces. That is going to be mined via underground mining process, and we are still looking into the metallurgical testing route for that. In terms of our activity in country, our ESG is always going to be to the highest international standards. We have continually invested into the local community to the sum of about $2 million to date. We will expect that we'll be spending about $175 million in the next 5 or 6 years when the project begins. And we've had a real focus on education, skill building and infrastructure development. What are the key project milestones completed to date? Well, on Tulekeyev we have a bankable feasibility study that was completed in 2021. That was updated with a ore resource update in 2022. We've already completed the access road to site. We've got a camp with 160 bed capacity already completed, haul road 70% completed, and engineering design is well advanced. What we've also completed is the EPC mining and O&M contracts with Power China. That was just done 2 months ago. So we now have a fully contracted EPC contract, which will be completed in 18 months for Tulekeyev. We have a 5-year mining contract in place with Power China and a 5-year O&M contract with Power China. What this enables us to do is we're looking to complete financing in the near term, ideally by Q1 24. That'll give us 18 months build time, and then we'll have a project that's producing about 100,000 ounces by Q4 25. The capex on that has come down since our BFS that was completed in 21 by about 10%, which is a very good result compared with the inflationary period that we've just been in. We've also had a lot of discussions with the Kyrgyz Republic government, which is fully supportive of the project. We have a stabilisation agreement for Chaarat in place that has been supported again in November 23. That locks in our royalties, our taxes, etc. It's one of a kind in the country. What we also have is the Memorandum of Understanding that we just signed today, which reaffirms that again. So looking ahead, what we've done is we've got an FID project ready, we've got the contracts ready, and we're now just finalising our finance. What we also have is exploration targets that we've been drilling into last year. In those exploration targets, we've just released results of that last week with a Chaarat exploration target, which will probably double the mine life of Tulekeyev in the short term. That's only 2 kilometres up the road, so we're very excited about having that resource. Financing options are currently underway, and we'll be updating the market in the coming months. But what we're really looking forward to is actually just getting into construction with it completed in Q4 25. On Kyrgyzstan, we're going through the Chinese feasibility study. We're doing an update of that with drilling and the testing that we've completed since that study was completed in 2017. And that'll be the one that's next off the ranks after Tulekeyev is completed. We'll be hoping to complete the project finance of Kyrgyzstan soon thereafter of Tulekeyev, so that we could roll straight from Tulekeyev onto Kyrgyzstan and be owned into about 450,000 ounces per annum. No video from me, so that is it. Thank you.
A quick question?
Any questions?
Maybe I'll kick it off. You mentioned reducing your capex by 10%, which is great in the current environment, as you say. Was that through a bit of optimised design and requoting, or how did you get about it?
It was optimised design during the period of 2 years between now and the BFS, and also just going direct to China for the Power China having economics of scale in country. Yeah.
It's definitely a success. And
no, it was a good result in the last couple of years. Yeah.
Well done, thank you.
Thanks, Tim.
Any other questions?
Nope.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Okay, moving on to the next talk, which is from Togay. Welcome to the stage. Encouraging persistent ability to create shareholder value. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed participants, welcome to the 11th MINEX Eurasia. Backed by the mining conglomerate Etibakır Turkish company, which is part of Cengiz Holding, and the strengths of state-concerned Kyrgyzstan, no matter what the challenges were, we pursued them and we always moved forward during the past 6 years. During construction period, we had significant issues due to coronavirus epidemic. Logistics were difficult, but we overcome them. Yes, there was an unrest in October 2020. Despite a 40-day temporary lockdown, we were the first company, except Kumtor of course, to return back to investment and operation activities. As Prime Minister Mr. Akılbek Usanbekovic Japarov mentioned in his speech earlier, we always received support from the government. We did it, we achieved, we have arrived at commercial production, and we plan to go further. And we invite all investors to Kyrgyzstan. It's just that you will have to assign very capable and persistent and patient managers. Now we have a short video for your kind attention, please.
Welcome to Etibakır Tereksay. Dear participants, we are pleased to welcome you to the mining company Etibakır Tereksay. Etibakır Tereksay LLC was founded on October 16, 2015 as a joint venture owned 25% by Kyrgyzstan Open Joint Stock Company and 75% by Turkish mining conglomerate Etibakır Inc. The project was 100% financed by Etibakır Inc. The company's facilities are located in the town of Archasu, in the village of Tereksay, Chatkal district, Jalalabad region of the Kyrgyz Republic. Etibakır Tereksay LLC is one of the large mining operating companies in the area. In less than 3 years during 2019 to 2021, $300 million was invested in the development of large open pit, underground and small scale quarries and the construction of a gold recovery plant with an ore processing capacity of 1.4 million tons per year. Tailing storage facility and infrastructure was completed. The enterprise was launched in a short time. Tereksay open pit mine. Estimated resources of gold metal is 92 tons. Proven and producing reserves currently stand at 36 tons of gold metal. The intensity of blasting operations is maintained at a minimum level, only to nudge the rock mass, and is carried out strictly within the approved design limits. Gold extraction factory. The processing capacity is currently optimized at 200 tons per hour. Chemical laboratory. Our laboratory won the first place prize among 16 laboratories in a competition, among which world-famous brands operating in Central Asia also participated. Central warehouse. The main task of the central warehouse is to safeguard and provision of materials and spare parts to mining and processing operations. Mechanical maintenance workshop is where heavy mining equipment, haul trucks and light vehicles are serviced and maintained. Camp and living quarters for rotational and permanent employees as well as guests. 1- and 2-story buildings. Maids keep order in the dormitories. Central dining hall and dining room. 2 cuisines, Kyrgyz National and Turkish. Products are mainly purchased from the local market. Meals for employees are provided 3 times a day. The company's main office houses the management, administration, accounting and finance, project engineering and compliance departments. The small office in the capital city, Bishkek, is mainly involved in coordinating relations with the government, obtaining permits and approvals. Safety Department. Occupational health and safe work practices are the priorities of Etibakır Tereksay management. Each employee undergoes mandatory introductory safety training. Occupational health and safety specialists conduct daily inspections at company sites to identify possible risks at work. Social engagement. The company pays special attention to effective employee motivation. The development of corporate culture has a positive effect on the work of the enterprise, increases the cohesion of employees in the team, increases labor productivity, and helps strengthen labor discipline. The main stages of the company's formation. 2015. In June, the government announced an international tender. In September, the government approved the conditions and criteria for determining the winner. In October, the project company was created as a joint venture between Etibakır Inc. and Kyrgyzstan. In November 2015, the project company won the tender by offering and paying a signing bonus of $20 million. In January 2016, the mining license was issued by the government. During 2016 to 2019, engineering surveys, additional exploration, metallurgical analysis, design and engineering, financing, and purchase of equipment with a long delivery period were carried out. During 2019 to 2021, permits were obtained and mobilization, stripping and mining operations were carried out. Construction of the factory, installation of processing equipment, and commissioning into operation stages were completed. February 24, 2022 is the date of the official acceptance certificate for operation. In April 2022, the first delivery of Dor Gold Bar was made to the refinery in Bishkek. By December 2022, at the end of the first year of operations, 1 metric tons of gold Dor bars were produced. 2023. In April, certain amendments to the tax code were made. In June 2023, an investment agreement was signed between the government, the investor, and the project company. This investment agreement is the first in the history of Kyrgyzstan. Thanks to this, life of mine has been extended beyond year 2040. The company operates in compliance with the principles of fair business conduct in accordance with the legislation of the Kyrgyz Republic. We, as a team, create and optimize shareholder value. Welcome to Etibakır Tereksay, and thank you.
Thank you very much. I think it's another great example of international finance and investment into Kyrgyzstan and working together to obviously a very successful outcome. Do you see that expanding? Are you exploring in the area? How do you see the future?
Well, actually, many geologists say that this is a unique asset. As I mentioned, we have some administrative areas, so it is there is a village which is very closely located to the mine site, which urges us to be very careful in our mining activities. But the potential over there is 92 tons of resources. I can't calculate the number into the ounces right now, but as many geologists told me that this could enter into the literature of geology. That's how challenging and different and interesting assets that we have over there.
Thank you. Certainly a very prospective area, and I think all of the presentations have shown the great potential of the geology potential. So,
indeed.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, the fifth talk we have on this morning is from Yevgeny Antonov from Navoi. I've lost Yevgeny. Navoi's Gold Journey to Market Economy, New Challenges and Opportunities. Please welcome to the stage. Thank you.
Hello, I'd like to welcome all the participants of this conference. My name is Eugene Antonov. I'm the first Deputy CEO of Navoi Gold Mining Company in Uzbekistan. So today I'd like to tell you about the changes that the company is undergoing, has been undergoing, and our ambitious plans going forward. Just a few words about Uzbekistan. It's one of the fastest growing economies in Central Asia. In fact, in 2019, The Economist has ranked it the most improved economy globally. And as you can see, there are a number of significant changes and growth taking place in the country. When the new leadership came into power 2016, the country has seen an unprecedented amount of changes and economic growth. And clearly that also had an impact on its largest company, Navoi Gold Mining. So just a few words about the company. So it's in terms of gold output, it's is one of the largest companies globally. Currently, it stands at number 4. And as we have seen in one of the articles in North America, they call it the largest gold producer you probably never heard about. Reason being for that is the company has been state-owned. It continues to be state-owned, but has been very little known about it in the past few years. And like I said, under the new leadership, the company has taken a very serious course towards becoming more open, transparent, and accessing global capital markets. So we have 40 years plus in terms of our mine life, which is very significant by all standards. You know, many companies in the world, they believe it's already good when you have 15 or 20 years of mine life. They feel very comfortable. Well, in our case, we have 40. It's a very significant resource base. We have over 150 million ounces in resources and reserves. And currently, as per our 2022 financials, we have total revenue of over $5 billion US. So just a few snapshots about the company's performance. As you can see, the main indicators are steadily growing. Specifically, gold production output on average has been growing by 5% per year and continues to grow as we introduce new mines, new deposits into our pipeline. Also, in terms of processing capacity, it's almost 100 million tons of ore being processed at our facilities. We have 7 main processing plants and about 12 large deposits and many smaller ones, including brownfield and greenfield projects. So our flagship asset is Muruntau Mine, which is considered to be the largest open pit gold mine in the world. And annually, we process over 50 million tons of ore from this mine. Nearby processing plant number 2, which is the largest processing plant I have seen in my life. And Muruntau Mine, as you can see, it has a huge potential, and it is quite impressive in terms of its size. It's a world-known asset that we're proud about. And there is also still quite a lot of exploration potential to expand the mine. And we are doing a very ambitious exploration program on the extensions, including deep levels as well. So the company has, like I said, has seen quite a tremendous change. It used to be a typical state enterprise, which sole responsibility was over production numbers. And a few years ago, the company has become incorporated. Now it's a corporation, joint stock company. And there have been changes in the management. The board has been set up, various committees. So we're doing quite a lot in terms of corporate governance. International financial standards have been introduced. Most of our resources have been revalued in accordance with international codes. And now the company has full responsibility for its balance sheet and P&L. And we sell our product gold at market prices. And the next natural step will be at some point, so we all focused on increasing the company value to the shareholders. And if the shareholder, which currently is 100% owned by the state, if at some point they decide to go to flotation, we'll be fully ready for that as well. Just a few points. What has happened starting in 2019. So, like I said, we have recalculated the resource base according to JORC. The company has been incorporated. There have been a few expansion projects that have been launched in the last few years, namely processing plant 5 and 6 with Pistoli deposit just this year. And by the way, we have last week we have celebrated. The company has a very long history, and last year we have celebrated our 65th anniversary. So it's a company with a long history, traditions, and we're ready to take it to the next level. And the most prominent change that has happened, the company has divested of all non-core assets, including uranium business, and now it's strictly a gold production company, which is a very clear-cut investment story. And we have started this year our operational efficiency program, and aimed at improving the productivity and efficiencies at all our key assets. So we also pride ourselves to be a low-cost producer. As you can see here, we have the lowest cost per ounce among our peers, and our efforts are aimed at keeping this position, maintaining, which is clearly not very easy with the rising cost pressure. And as the operations become more complex, as we access deeper levels, it's a natural process where you have increasing your cost basis. We have a very robust investment program aimed at expanding production, introducing new assets, and we have allocated $4.7 billion to this program, of which $3 billion have already been invested, with the aim to reach 3.1 million ounces annual gold production by 2026, and we're actually ahead of schedule to achieve that level. And by then, maybe we'll be number 3 globally in terms of gold output. So like I said, we have a very significant resource base, and Morintown mine is the key asset, which generates over 50% of our production. We're also very ambitious in terms of our exploration activities. Clearly, the area where we operate, which is Kazılkum area in Uzbekistan, has lots of potential. Some geologists believe there should be another Morintown to be found in that area. The problem that most of the area is covered by sand. It's in a desert, so we're employing new techniques, new methods to find that new deposit, which includes exploration efforts on the extensions of the existing mines, but also step-out drilling and finding new areas of mineralization. So the company has declared its strategic goals on the way to its transformation, and that's, like I said, to increase its valuation for the markets, improve corporate governance and transparency, and also to develop new skills that are required as we change. The transformation program includes six main areas: operational efficiency, ESG, improving investment process, and so on. The areas where we believe the company can benefit from the most. And there are certain results already achieved. For example, operational efficiency has allowed us to increase our recovery rates at some of our processing plants. we also increased the ore processing capacity by automating some of our systems. And we intend to cover 100% of our resource base by international standards. Safety is very important to be mentioned. We have managed to significantly decrease the number of accidents over the last couple of years by implementing a very, I would say, like cultural shift in how we operate. And as we clearly, being such a large company, we need to complement our internal competencies by bringing external experts as well, and we employ quite a few blue chip external experts to support in this program. The company is self-sufficient in terms of financing its expansion programs, and a couple of years ago we have secured a $1.2 billion international syndicated loan facility, and we keep interacting with various financial organizations to carry on that way. And like I said, eventually, if the shareholder decides, and there have been talks about it, is to consider accessing international equity markets, which is probably a matter of time. ESG is a very important element, especially when it comes to there are areas where operational efficiencies in ESG work together well. Currently, our focus is on increased amount of water that we recycle and reuse in our operations. Considering that we operate in a very arid area, water is becoming very precious for us and is critical for our expansion programs. Just to sum up, we're a very large company. And we're here to tell the world that we're open for business, we're open for new partnerships. Clearly, it will take lots of effort to continue to grow the company, and we open to partnering with various international financial institutions and experts in doing so. We're a low-cost leader, and we continue to our efforts to retain this leadership. We're committed to ESG, which is at the forefront of our agenda. Okay, well, thank you very much for your attention. If there are any questions, I will be open to answer.
Thank you very much. Any questions from the floor? I think it clearly demonstrates the presentation that you're going through a program of change. Could you just highlight a couple of the transformational, operational efficiency programs that you're looking at and looking at investing in over the coming years?
Sure. So our operational efficiency program is focused on two areas, on the mining side and on the processing side. Like I said, we already see some results of increasing recoveries. Given the annual capacity, it has huge impact on our bottom line, and already sees the results of that. And now this year we focus on mining side to increase the mine productivity. For example, we are implementing a fleet management system at Morgenthau mine, which is a huge mine, our biggest mine. We have over 100 trucks operating there, so it will definitely benefit from this fleet management system to improve the efficiencies. And there are many more initiatives that we're working on.
Great, and I guess that feeds as part of your digitization program, etc.
Correct, yeah. Mining industry is always seen as very conservative in terms of introducing new digital solutions, but it's not the case anymore, and we are actually at the forefront of this and implementing various solutions to automate and digitalize our operations.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any further questions? Okay, lovely. Thank you very much. Okay, next up, Zanabek Nuzhanaluli. Thank you. Strategic partnership opportunities with Altynken, Kazakhstan. Thank you very much.
Okay. Hi everyone. Many thanks to MINEX for organizing the forum and the session. Today I'm excited to introduce to you our firm, Altynken Kazakhstan, and share more about the exciting work that we are currently doing. So we're a junior gold mining company that is based in Kazakhstan. Our corporate headquarters are located in Almaty, with our main asset and hence operations being located in the Abay region. That was formerly the Eastern Kazakhstan region. The senior management team at the firm has a great experience executing and delivering mining projects. Collectively, the management team has over 80 years of experience in the mining industry in Kazakhstan, with a wide range of successful projects completed. The main assets of the firm are the two sites, Belaya Gorka and Rednikova, which are both near each other in the Abay region, where the firm has a 5-year exploration license. We have currently finished exploration work, and at this stage we are analyzing the results of our exploration work and preparing the Kazakhstan report for submission in December. In February, we hope once we have confirmed the Kazakhstan report, we'll begin the transition from exploration to operations and development. We have built on prior exploration efforts by mining further 38 boreholes and conducting geographical surveys covering a cumulative distance of 4,000 meters to further understand the reserves at the two sites. The current exploration effort estimates 1.8 tons of gold reserves at C1. And as said previously, we are finalizing the report according to Kazakhstan code, with the processing technology being heap leaching. So in terms of the work we have completed so far and the next steps, we are currently completing the work associated with planning the launch of the gold plant. We have finished the design of the plant, and in December we'll begin confirming the design of the processing plant with the relevant government authorities. Following the confirmation of the plant's design, we hope to receive the necessary permits to begin the construction work in January. The construction work is expected to take approximately 4 months, and thus we're hoping to begin operating the plant in May with full project capacity in June 2024. At the same time, the procurement department is sourcing the necessary equipment in time for the project launch. So currently we have issued bonds for $6 million on the Kazakhstan Stock Exchange with a coupon rate of 9% paid biannually. The bond issuance will finance the modernization of existing facilities, necessary equipment acquisition, and the connection of the compound to the power lines. The connection to the power lines will allow the compound to function year-round without being affected by seasonality, ensuring a smooth revenue stream from operations. So a social impact aspect of the project is the creation of 150 jobs in the region, with 100 jobs stemming from specialists. As is the case with many of the gold projects in Kazakhstan, we're planning to conduct an offtake agreement with the national company Altynken refinery to sell the gold in the form of doré bars. So at the moment, we are currently at 80% readiness to launch the project. We are located in a close proximity to roads of Republican significance and essential infrastructure to support our operations. And finally, the project is included in the list of priority projects under the roadmap for the development of entrepreneurship in the Abay region. So in case there are further questions about the project, please find attached details on our page on the Kazakhstan Stock Exchange, but also my details in case any follow-up questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Senator.
Thank you.
So, relatively new to the exploration and development market, but got a fast-paced future ahead. How have you found Kazakhstan in terms of getting it all set up and getting the permits, etc.?
So I'm actually from Kazakhstan, but yeah, so far we've got a great and experienced management team, and the process has been smooth so far.
Great. Yeah, well, fingers crossed for you, and I hope it all goes well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, and to our penultimate talk for the session. Serdar Aliev, going to discuss with us today uranium mining in Mongolia. Please welcome to the stage.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Serdar Aliev. I'm the managing director of a company called Prevalent. It's an investment fund that invested in uranium industry, which is a Czech company with assets in uranium assets in Mongolia. So basically, this is a map with the location of our assets. It's 4 licenses basically that we acquired in 2015 from Denison Mines. But we started working in Mongolia in 2012, so over 10 years now. This is basically a slide showing that we're in a new uranium cycle. I mean, the prices were pretty much depressed after Fukushima and all these events, but now the nuclear is coming back. The situation in European energy markets, everyone knows. So we are betting on nuclear energy growing and uranium as a source, as a fuel for the nuclear will come back. I mean, you probably see the dynamic of the prices going from $25 to over 75 now, going towards $100 per pound of uranium oxide. We invested over $60 million in exploration so far, and geological data suggests that we have about 170 million pounds of resources, which makes us one of the biggest independent private uranium company. We're actually one of the few in Central Asia. The market is dominated by national champions like Orano and Chinese CNG. And in Central Asia, we work closely with our Kazakh and Uzbek friends, Kazatomprom and Navoi Uranium. And this is basically the 4 blocks, the little one green blocks that are very close to each other. There is a lot of work has been done already by Soviet geologists back in 1980s. So we acquired all the data, hired SRK to review the resources, and the new report with updated JORC resources due later this year, early next year. And then we will hit the road fundraising for this. The first stage project is about $90 million. We're going to produce about 1,000 tons of uranium oxide using the ICT technology, in situ leaching technology, which is used by Kazatomprom very successfully. This is just a summary of resources. You can see 4 deposits, some numbers for each one. We're going to start with the first one. The Khyr Khan is our flagship project. We're going to start with that. There is some categorization by Canadian standards, Denison Mines, kind of Soviet style categorization by Mongolia. And as I said, SRK is doing JORC now, as we speak. This is just a photo where we are. It's in the middle of Gobi Desert, very challenging conditions, but we're going to build roads, we're going to build infrastructure, power lines, water, etc. And we're going to hire a lot of people locally. Yeah, as I said, we drilled, there was about 100,000 meters of drilling before us, and we added about additional 40,000 already. So it's pretty well explored asset. that as soon as we fundraise this 90 million, we're going to go straight into production, basically. And construction period is about 12 months, so it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, I guess this is a summary of financials. So payback 3 years, EBITDA about $150 million, and yeah, it's a long-term project. It will continue for a long period, because we're talking just one project out of 4. Yeah, I guess from financial point of view, the challenge is that uranium is still on restricted list for many banks because it's radioactive material. So we talk continuously to big banks and funds. The challenges, of course, is nuclear energy went through the taxonomy, so it's now good to finance nuclear generation, but they forgot about the fuel, they forgot about uranium. So it's still kind of beyond financial industry to finance. So we're kind of working together with many banks and financial institutions, but it's pretty challenging. I think France is now lobbying to allow banks to finance uranium production. It's still in workings. I mean, they managed to do it for nuclear energy, nuclear generation. But as I said, they left beyond the scope the uranium production, which is the fuel. Without uranium fuel, I don't think nuclear generation will go further. I mean, the biggest project, nuclear projects are in China, of course. They plan about 150 new reactors for the next 15 years, and it's over $400 billion. And us being in Mongolia, close to China, I think for us, a natural market is Chinese nuclear industry. Yeah, I think that's basically it. I mean, of course, I'm here. You can ask questions. I have the slides available. You can download them. I can send by email. But that's basically in the gist what we are, what we do.
Super. Thank you, sir. Yeah, that extra dimension of challenges with the political aspect, but it seems like you're making good progress. So,
hopefully.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Thank you. Any questions? Okay. Do you want to tell us? So thank you. Okay. And our final presentation for the session is from Artem Yergehayman, the International Chamber of Mines of Armenia, and its roles in the implementation of the government's mining sector strategy. Please welcome to the stage.
Thank you. It has been always a challenge for a non-Armenian speaker to pronounce my name correctly, but you did well, quite well, yes. Yes. So I think the next thing is that I think it's a big disadvantage to speak, just 10 minutes before lunchtime, but I think we are already in the lunchtime, technically speaking, right? Nevertheless, I'll try to keep this short. And I think I'm probably the only representative of a non-profit organization in this auditorium. Are there any non-profit companies here, organizations? Not really. All right, so I represent International Chamber of Mines of Armenia, which is a recently formed and founded organization. The co-founders of our organization are Canadian Armenians and Lebanese Armenians. The purpose and the mission of our organization is to work with all industry stakeholders and government, both locally and internationally, to like open up Armenia for the international strategic investors in the mining industry, and also at the same time to incorporate the highest and best responsible mining, sustainable mining practices in Armenia. The point that I'm going to make and in my presentation is that in the context of the global race for critical raw materials, small countries like Armenia, they become more relevant for strategic investors. And I think the current government realizes this, and this is a big and historic opportunity that the industry stakeholders in Armenia they have to seize and take advantage of. The main theme in Armenia in the mining industry, considering the structure of the geological reserves in Armenia, is copper for sure, because we have vast deposits of copper, and the most geological exploration works they were conducted during the Soviet times, as most of you know, Kyrgyz reports, and these reports, of course, are not compliant with the modern standards and are very difficult to be understood by international investors. Before I proceed to my next slide, there is one trend globally that I wanted to mention, and again, the Armenian government, I believe, keeps the pace with this trend, which is the government's intervention in the mining operations. Because, as you might be aware, because of the recent challenges, supply chain disruptions, green energy transition, etc., and resource nationalism, most of the governments are paying closer attention to their own mineral reserves and assets. And many governments, they participate in equities of the mining companies. And by the way, Armenian government is not an exception. And recently the government has taken equity stakes in some of the biggest copper deposits and operations in Armenia. So just very briefly about history of the mining operations and traditions in Armenia. So as you can see, Armenia, the history of mining dates back into 18th century in Armenia, when Alaverdi copper plant started to be operated. The Greeks actually discovered the copper deposits in Alaverdi, then French took over, then the Russians. So, and I was supposed my presentation to appear here, but nevertheless, I will continue. And copper and gold are the principal metals produced in Armenia. And as you can see, as I said, the most intense exploration works they have been done during the Soviet times. But the good news is that the Armenian government, as it was mentioned this morning by the Deputy Minister of Territorial Administration, the government adopted the mining sector development strategy in May of this year, and also the action plans, which basically lays down the policies for the next year and the reforms that the government is going to undertake during the next 10 years. So what are the main factors that should motivate international strategic investors to have a closer look to Armenia? Are these indicators, and as you can see, Armenia is improving gradually in terms of its democratic institutions, investment climate. So we are like 10th for the doing business. This is a very good position for Armenia. And also Armenia has recently become a member of EITI initiative, and Armenia's report was approved by EITI. So we are moving forward. In the government strategy, we also have these three main themes. The first of which is to establish a geological department service, basically in Armenia, and the next thing is the digitalization. So going back to ICMA, International Chamber of Mines of Armenia, our organization. As I said, our purpose and our vision is aligned with the government strategy, and actually we have already made partnership with the government, and government will rely heavily onto us in terms of establishing connections with the international organizations. because the government now looks closer and they want to really incorporate JORC standards in Armenia. Armenia wants to become member of CRISCO and the Global Reporting Institute, and to follow all of these standards, thereby making Armenia a more comfortable jurisdiction for international investors. In terms of the reserves, compared to other countries presented here today, Armenia is much smaller in terms of its reserves and geographically also. But recently, like just a couple of days ago, the Prime Minister announced that there were 75 exploration licenses that were revoked because they were idle for like 10, 20 years, right? And now the government is looking for new investors in order to allocate those licenses to the new potential partners for Armenia. And the last thing, I will proceed to the last point of my presentation, which I believe is very important, although it appears as the last point, is mining for security. Because many of you, I'm sure, are aware that Armenia is located in a geographically very vulnerable location. I think it's time for our government to reconceptualize our natural resources, not to treat them as a source of commerce and business, but also as an important element of our national security infrastructure. So this is very important, and we are looking at my organization. Our purpose is to work closely with international investors, because we need to introduce some diversification in the investors' landscape, thereby bringing Armenia's economic interest, like in line with the interest of these big multinational corporations, which will provide additional layer for our security. I believe this is it. If you have any questions, and I'm sorry for taking time from your lunch. No questions, right?
Well,
yeah, please. No questions. Let's go have lunch. Bon appetit.
Look, I think it's nice of you to present. I mean, I think it might be relatively small, but it has a great variety of geological terrains, some cracking deposits. So let's hope it goes well with that as well. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you all for joining us. Some great speaking this morning. Really great session. So thanks to all the presenters, and I hope you enjoy your lunch. Good. Speak to you after. Bye.